Have you ever wondered what would happen if every single human being vanished from the face of the earth tomorrow? Imagine waking up and there's no one. No voices, no cars, no planes, just silence as if humanity had been erased in an instant. At first, the world would look exactly the same. Traffic lights blinking, street lamps glowing, TV screens still flickering in empty living rooms, but within hours, power plants, dams, and nuclear stations, left without human control, would begin shutting down one by one. Cities that never slept, New York, Tokyo, Dubai, would go dark, swallowed by shadows, as if the earth itself was closing its eyes. In just a few days, your pets would be roaming the streets, confused and desperate, while farm animals break out of their pens and either starve or go wild. The ones we tamed, dogs, cats, cows, would struggle to survive, while the ones we feared, rats, cockroaches, pigeons, would multiply like never before, inheriting the empty streets. Weeks later, nature would launch its silent rebellion. Without pumps to keep them dry, subway tunnels would flood, basements would fill with water, and skyscrapers would slowly begin to crumble as plants crawl up their walls, splitting concrete apart. Picture Times Square, not flashing with neon ads but covered in moss, with deer grazing on what was once the world's busiest street. Within a year, highways would vanish under weeds, cars would rust, glass would shatter, and forests would push their way into suburbs. Imagine elephants wandering through old farmlands in Asia, wolves prowling abandoned suburbs in Europe, and jaguars reclaiming riversides in South America. The wild would take back what was stolen from it. 10 years later, wooden houses would collapse, entire neighborhoods would be erased by forests, and cities would look like ruins from a forgotten world. But strangely, the things that survive aren't our modern skyscrapers or our technology, but the ancient marvels of stone. The pyramids of Giza, the Great Wall of China, and Machu Picchu would still stand, outlasting our glass and steel towers. Isn't it ironic that structures built thousands of years ago would endure longer than the buildings we thought were indestructible? 50 years later, bridges would corrode, steel would collapse, and satellites would begin falling from orbit, burning up in the atmosphere like fiery ghosts of human ambition. Our monuments would crumble, our dams would crack, but the forests, oceans, and deserts would grow stronger than ever. The air would be cleaner, the rivers purer, and animals once pushed to the edge of extinction might even make miraculous comebacks. Without us, the earth heals faster than we can imagine. Fast forward 1,000 years, and almost every trace of us would be gone. Our cities, our cars, our skyscrapers, all erased. Forests, jungles, and oceans would cover nearly every part of land we once claimed. Yet here and there, faint whispers of our existence would remain. Mount Rushmore staring out over the Black Hills, the Hoover Dam still holding water, and radioactive waste buried deep underground glowing like a warning sign to the future. These remnants would tell anyone or anything that comes after us. Humans were here. And yet, the most terrifying part isn't that we disappear. It's that the earth doesn't miss us. It thrives without us. The forests grow faster, the skies become clearer, and animals return to lands we had stolen. For millions of years, the planet existed before us, and it will continue long after us. We always believed we were in control of nature, bending it to our will, but maybe it was never ours to control. Maybe we were only guests here, and when we're gone, Earth simply takes back what was always hers. So, the real question isn't just what happens if humans disappear, it's whether our presence was ever as important as we believed, or if the planet was patiently waiting, knowing that one day it would continue spinning, green and alive, as if we were nothing more than a fleeting shadow in its endless story.